Hey guys, it's Biosphere here. We're going to be watching SoNNeikO playing Mirana in a Bane Mirana combo. What you're seeing right now is SoNNeikO observing his team losing first blood in a team fight for the rune, and him being very sad about it, and then going to block creeps. Team misses one creep there, but he carries on blocking because he's awesome like that. So basically in this video, I'm going to be running through what he's doing and how the combo is working and just generally talking about crap. So yeah, basically this is the laning phase. He's up against a offlane Mirana, and he's up against an offlane Windranger, and Bane's is pulling the lane and supporting like a good support would. And in the beginning, Mirana's kind of at a slight disadvantage because Bane's not there, but he does alright for himself because he knows that eventually Bane's going to pull into the lane once he gets like level 2 or level 3, and he can sleep and brain sap the Windranger. God, I want to say Windrunner so badly. Yeah, and then the whole combo with, if you don't know, if you are extremely new to Dota and you don't know this, basically Bane can sleep a hero, and then Mirana shoots her arrow and hits the hero while he's sleeping, because it's hard to hit arrows. So anyways, he hasn't leveled arrow yet, so he's got Star Storm, so he knows he can get a kill from that. He's got Leap and Star Storm. And obviously with the right clicks from Bane and the harass, he can pull it off. But now he's leveled up his arrow, so he's good to go. That kill there on the Wind Ranger could have been avoided had they got an observer ward for the offlane, and if you had placed the observer ward near the bush where you place it, the generic place where it gets placed, so that he could have seen the Bane come across and started running a bit sooner. So anyway, so Rubik's come into the lane now to help the Windranger kind of get at least some farm, or at least not die, because obviously in the safe lane the carry's doing fine and everything's going well in that lane, and the bounty hunter's also here because they obviously realize now that it's SoNNeikO, he's good on Mirana, and he got a kill and he's getting good farm. I don't know, the Windranger's probably said, listen folks, need some help here. So he just goes back, avoids dying, gets a bit of CS there, just protects the Bane as well if they come across, and gets a bit of CS under his tower, so he's quite happy. So yeah, so everything's going right for him. It's not too bad. Obviously now having these other heroes in the lane, they've got to try and get as much out of the lane while the heroes are here, so that it kind of wastes their time that they've moved to the off lane. Obviously now Bane's dying, so that's not great, but at least they get a rebuttal kill. And I mean, it's 4 heroes now that have come to bot lane, and yeah, okay, so they're going to get the Mirana as well, so it's kind of worth it for them in the end. I can't remember if Bird, I think, dies as well. So yeah, they kind of gave up too many kills out of this engagement, but it's not the end of the world. They can come back from this. Okay, so Bane gets a kill back. Wow, this team fight just carried on, eh? Oh my gosh, are they going to get another kill? No. No, he's gone. I don't think that arrow's going to hit. You see, you'll see throughout this gameplay, he's not afraid to just shoot arrows. Obviously there he just TP'd in, so he doesn't lose anything by shooting an arrow. The cooldown's really low, and he's going to regen the mana from the passive from the fountain. So okay, so here, beautiful arrow. Now that's the thing with Mirana, you've got to always keep a watch out for heroes that are out of place and haven't got backup, and then you just shoot the arrow. It takes a bit of practice, but the more confident you are, and obviously the more arrows you throw, the better you get. So don't be afraid to throw out your arrows. Obviously, once you get bottle or some sort of regen, then it's a lot more easier to just use your spells, use your abilities. So obviously here he rather use Starstorm than his arrow because it deals more damage, and he's obviously taken preference over Starstorm. So yeah, he'd rather deal more damage. He knows the Spirit Break is coming in, so it's going to be enough time for them to be able to burst down the Queen of Pain. So he doesn't need to throw out the arrow there. Look, if he threw the arrow, they would probably get the kill anyway, but it's just it's like securing the kill to do more damage. So basically what's happening now is they're having to commit this Rubik to the offlane, and this is making the rest of the map suffer because Rubik could be ganking other lanes, maybe getting some kills on the offlaner. Tuskar is going to be able to now roam the map and gank because he hasn't been harassed out of the lane enough. So I mean, PL can do a lot of that, but he's not able to obviously harass a Tuskar out of the lane. So this is kind of hurting them a bit. In my opinion, I don't think it's really worth it because you'd rather get your PL super farmed and stop Tuskar from roaming and ganking, considering the fact that they have a Queen of Pain. So yeah, I suppose Queen of Pain could roam up there, but anyways, I just think it's not really worth it because they're not really going to get a kill on this Mirana, not with a Rubik. So there's the sleep into arrow, easy peasy, nice kill. You can see there how Mirana preferred to just get last hits under the tower, because she knew that if the Spirit Break is there harassing the Wind Ranger, then it's very easy for the Bane to just run across from the woods. They know that there's no ward up because they've done it before. So SoNNeikO knows that he's going to be able to get a kill. Yeah, obviously very important to try and get the runes when you can. This is hilarious. So this bounty hunter is a retard because that's a Starstorm level 4. He's not going to be able to firstly kill the Mirana, definitely not. And harassing the Mirana like that is just silly. She's so farmed already, like for this time in the laning stage. Yeah, that was just a very silly move. I mean, there could have even been a sentry up there checking the ward, so very bad move on the bounty from the bounty hunter there, but I suppose he just wanted to harass Mirana a little bit. So yeah, so laning phase going really well for SoNNeikO. I don't think he's going to have much of a problem from now on. So he's going for Maelstrom, which is a very good idea because it gives you nice damage for team fights and helps you farm a lot faster. Much better to like get the Maelstrom before, say, Yasha, yes. Because in this scenario he's basically farming and he's probably got the most gold out of the map so far, obviously being in the safe lane, but yeah, so much better to take a preference on item build in farming more, and what better item to use than Maelstrom. Obviously if he was roaming, maybe he would have gone for something different, maybe even gone for a mech if he was supporting, but that's not the case. Very, very close there getting the kill. Unfortunately, just not enough damage. But it's worth it because now the Wind Ranger has to go back to Fountain. So it's just that much time wasted, and they kind of need this Wind Ranger at this stage because PL still needs to farm up quite a lot. So they need the Wind Ranger to come to the party, and she's not going to be able to. So they're in a little bit of a sticky situation, and that's what the Bane Mirana combo can do. With a hero like Windranger, who's supposed to have a lot of escape, and be able to handle off lane, now all of a sudden she can't, because they can kill her so easily. They're smoked up now. I don't think there's much that... Oh, so there's another one of Rubik getting out of position and dead. Got to be very careful when you're laning against Mirana, because she can do that. If there's a ward up, she sees you and hits you with a 5-second arrow, you're pretty much dead if you're a support. That was a very unusual case, because Bane was just happened to be chilling in Roche, but it was, yeah, it was a pretty cool move. Lovely arrow. So we're kind of getting to the stage now where Mirana's probably going to have to rotate somewhere, because right now I think PL or Quap is going to be rotating to another lane. Obviously the mid tower's down, so Quap's not going to want to hang around there too much. Obviously she wants to get enough farm to be able to gank effectively. But, oh, beautiful arrow there. It was a bit silly of the Windranger, could have just run back. But this is a little bit of a dive, so he kind of pays for it in the end. So yeah, obviously Quap's rotating now. Laning phase is over for SoNNeikO, so it's time for him to move. He's just about nearly got his Maelstrom, so he's almost good to go. And yeah, obviously having that PL farm more from this stage is a little bit of a scary thing, so you've got to kind of shut him down now. Obviously he comes online a little bit later than Mirana. Mirana's basically online from the get-go with Arrow and Starstorm and all that, but in terms of becoming that hard carry, PL still needs quite a bit of farm, so it's a good idea to go and pressure his lane and maybe even take the tower top, so that it's more difficult for him to farm top and less safe. So that's kind of what he's doing now. Obviously he's got to be quite careful, because Quap is roaming, so he's got to keep an eye on the Quap where she is, and just make sure that he doesn't get caught out. But having the bounty there is nothing really. He's not really going to be able to do much. But if another hero comes in and SoNNeikO dies with track on him, then that's really bad. He's going to give up a lot of gold. Well, more experience than gold, but to the bounty hunter to be able to get a track kill on the highest net worth hero on the enemy team is a lot for him. So right now, yeah, he's going to have to kind of move, because heroes are going to start rotating in to defend the tower. Obviously he realizes that and shoots out an arrow. It's a very good thing when you're retreating as Mirana, is to just fire out an arrow. It doesn't cost a lot of mana. If you've got a bottle, it's chilled, you're going to get a rune soon, so just throw out an arrow just to be safe. You never know if a hero is going to be looking to blink in and stun you, or like maybe the Windranger, or whatever the case may be. It's just a good idea when you're retreating or you feel scared or whatever, just throw out an arrow into like the most likely place that a hero would be coming from. And even if it doesn't hit, you can get vision and you can see if you need to leap or whatever it is. So right now things are going really well. Legion Commander's getting quite a bit of extra damage from his ultimate, starting to rack up those jewels, which is really nice, even though at this stage it isn't vital that the Legion gets a lot of jewels, but it is excellent for the team obviously, but they don't need to be risky about it and give away jewels, so they've just got to kind of be not cautious, but just make sure that they secure the jewels. They don't need to take any risks. So right now Windranger's being charged, and these guys are in a very bad position because they don't know where Burrow is, they don't know where Mirana is, and they're still hanging around the tower. And as you can see, there's TP's in, there's a Bane there, you know, very bad move on their part. They should have had more map awareness and made sure that they realized that these heroes were missing and would probably be coming to the bottom lane to kill them. So now Mirana gets a double kill and beautiful arrow onto mid. They've sniped up. He does not see it coming for shit. Very, you could say lucky arrow, but I wouldn't say that. I would say that was a very well positioned arrow for a likely hit. It could have not hit, but it was worth the chance and it was a calculated guess, to put it that way. So yeah, Bane Mirana, look, the combo hasn't been fully utilized, but it's been utilized in the right way because Bane has been pulling the lane and making sure that, oh, lovely arrow. I mean, that kind of perception of where the hero is running is what defines, and being able to hit arrows like that is what defines a good Mirana player to an excellent Mirana player. Obviously, any very good Dota 2 player can farm effectively and make sure they get last hits and be aware on the map, etc, etc, but to hit arrows like that just gives you an edge in any kind of Dota game, Dota match. So nice map awareness, TP's in bottom to come help out the team. He uses his ultimate, which is quite effective, and then he kind of dives a bit too far for the PL, but it's sort of worth it because of PL, because if he had lived through that, it would have been great. But that does give away a lot of experience and gold to the Rubik and Windranger, which maybe wasn't a good idea. I mean, they might have still killed that PL. So, but he could have probably run up there and then run back through the trees before the PL died. But I mean, that's just nitpicking. He played well. I mean, he didn't see the TP coming in until he was past the tower. So, and then obviously here, you don't go up against a Legion when you are a Rubik support and a underfarmed Windranger. Not a good idea. So they die for that, which is very deserved. Or Rubik dies. So now, basically, SoNNeikO is in a position where he can just farm until there's an opportunity for a kill. Doesn't really have to go looking for kills now. Obviously, he doesn't want to fall behind, and you can fall behind if you go looking for kills and you get caught out too many times, and now your opposition gets you down, gets you dead enough that they can catch up. So, good idea to just farm a little bit more before you go looking for a kill, and just go with the team and make sure that you aren't putting yourself at risk. Obviously now, having a Spirit Breaker, it's quite easy to infiltrate their jungle, and that's exactly what they're doing. Great foresight there from Mirana to go for the PL kill, knowing that the other kill is secured and doesn't have to contribute to that kill. So very, very nice play there from SoNNeikO. Obviously, being a pro player, that kind of, I don't know, kind of foresight is part and parcel, but for us noobs, that's a very nice play, and I love playing with players like that, and I like to strive to be that way as well. But yeah, we aren't all pro players. So yeah, now basically just having a free fall. I mean, top lane doesn't know where the heroes are, knows that there's like a Rubik mid, but no fear, going into the bush, farming their bush. There's not a chance they're going to come out here into the bush. So basically exerting the lead and getting as much out of the map as possible with the lead that they have, not sitting back in their own bush and letting the opposition use their bush to farm, use their jungle to farm. So yeah, pushing the top lane while the mid lane's being pushed in and pressured, giving the opposition a choice. Do they go top? Do they stay mid? It's very good way to play from ahead. and yeah, still getting a lot of farm off the map, making sure that she gets her items up. It's obviously going for Manta style, so it's a very nice item to get because they can push high ground a bit better with it, and can avoid things like, I don't know. Well, I suppose if Quap goes awkward, it'd be quite useful, because the thing with Mirana is you need to be able to, like, I usually go Lincoln Sphere on Mirana because before I go Manta, just simply because I like to be able to leap away. So as soon as that Lincoln's pops, I'll leap away and maybe even use my ulti to save my skin. But being a hit like this, it's much better to go Manta style, and the item's just an excellent item. So obviously now they aren't sitting back, they're making sure that they don't take this late, because PL can get quite irritating, and if Wind Ranger does get farmed, she can be pretty devastating. So very good idea to keep pushing, keep the pressure up, make sure that they're going to secure this win, and they're not going to give their lead away. And yeah, I mean, if they sit back and say PL and Wind Ranger get a little bit farmed and they win a few team fights with track kills, they can definitely come back into this game and beat SoNNeiko's team. So very good idea to just keep pushing, keep up the pressure, make sure that they don't give the opposition anything. I mean, going high ground now, 22 minutes, a lot of teams would just sit back and say, oh, it's 22 minutes, we're ahead, let's just keep farming and get up bigger items and whatever. But you don't need to, you can just keep pushing. Obviously now the opposition seems to almost have given up, because they know that they are so far behind, and it's frustrating to fight, especially at this level with like hardly any items. It's not fun because you just get dominated. So yeah, they're taking the bottom tower so that it's easier to get the racks, or so that they can get the racks. Sorry, taking the bottom tower. I don't know, taking the tower so they can get the racks, and just keeping up the pressure, making sure that they don't overextend. See, they could have gone for end there because the team's sitting back, but then all of a sudden they all come out and somehow get a team wipe or whatever, and now the game just drags out and becomes an issue. So making sure they secure this rack's top. If the opposition can't defend it, they can kill them, and then the game's kind of in the bag. So it's a very nice trade-off of what they can do and what's risky and whatever. Obviously opposition's just sitting back now. They've kind of just dominated this game, really. I don't think PL's got nearly enough farm to be able to do much, and Wind Ranger's got hardly anything. Quap, I think, did okay mid, but Quap's not going to carry this game. It's very easy to disable Quap with this team. They've got a Bane, they've got a Spirit Breaker. So yeah, basically just ending off the game, not being dicks and fountain farming, being good guys, good Dota 2 gentlemen. And yeah, so that was the game. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it helped you. It's nice to watch pro players and learn from them and see how they work and how they play. Yeah, you can see he's got some nice kills there, some nice GPM. Basically dominated as Mirana. But yeah, that's that Bane Mirana combo. It's excellent. Anyways, I hope you liked this video. Please comment, like, please subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing a lot more videos like this, and yeah, thanks for watching. Cheers, peeps.